Hello and welcome to our 24-hour TTRPG celebration. We are so happy to have you with us on Friends Who Roll Dice channel, spending your time with us today. My name is Jess Markram, Angry Nerd Girl down in the chat. My pronouns are she, her, and today we will be playing Epyllion. Now, before we go over incentives and gameplay, let's introduce our wonderful players today, starting with top left. Let's go, Akemi.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Akemi. She, they. I'm playing Hoshi, little purple little dragon. And what else? You can find me on the internet at Ninja Penguin AM, wherever I exist.
Awesome. How about Arkady?
Hi, I'm Arkady, she, her, and today I'm playing Neff, a little shy iridescent dragon, and you can find me over my Twitter, which is Arkady Koshka, or every week I'm a series regular on Mercenaries of Mischief, so I play D&D every Monday and Wednesday over there.
Awesome. Diana.
Hola, I go by Diana Moon online. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Diana Moon or Twitch or YouTube at xDianaMoonX. I'll be playing Azrael, a very bubbly, literally bubbly, jade green dragon who is full of mischief. And yeah, that's me.
And lastly, but never leastly, Dee, tell us about your dragon.
Oh, hi, I'm Dee. I go by they, them. I am a D major queer on all social media platforms if you want to find me. And I'll be playing Volo. Volo's like a little troublemaker, does whatever they want to do.
And those are our dragons. For this gameplay, there will be donation incentives that will be honored throughout the event. Let me just throw those into chat right quick. Did donate? No, I'm not a follower for long enough. Okay, well, hey, Josh did it. So you can grant advantage or disadvantage to a player. You can grant a major success or failure to a player. Please, when you donate, say which one of those you're doing. You can choose to have a random animal appear or an unstable magic occurrence. You can cause suddenly darkness, or you can cause an ancient dragon to occur. As donations come in, Josh will let us know and it will be introduced in the game. Donation incentives influence what we do and how we do. So use !charity or !donate to find out more. Today, and I guess for 24 hours or however many hours are left, we are raising money for Extra Life. For anyone who doesn't know, Extra Life is a charity that brings gamers, streamers, and content creators together to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Since 2008, Extra Life has helped raise over $100 million in funding, research, and treatments, providing funds for specialty services not covered by insurance, and ensuring that hospitals can provide charitable care to those in need. Today, we're raising money for Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. 100% of all donations will go to the hospital to help providing funding and care to the children who need it. We are so excited to play Epyllion today. In chat, our lovely friends over at Friends Who Roll Dice will be providing links throughout the stream so you can donate directly to Extra Life. Just a reminder, all donations will have to go through the link, so donating directly to the channel will help Friends Who Roll Dice, but will not help Extra Life. Now, without further ado, who's ready to play Epyllion?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's begin. So, catching up on for chat, in our session 0, we created the world of Dragonia. It is a land full of dragons, and as the dominant species, you are little baby dragons, maybe the human equivalent of like 8 years old. And as it is fall, the fall festival is coming up. This is a festival of fire, feasting, and friendship. And you have been tasked. Very important job. You were sent to pick up the fizzberries for the festival. You are in a group for safety, and you are on the train that goes from the city up through the forest and all the way to the volcano. The fizzberries grow along that forest and all the way up to the volcano. But you'll have, you know, an older dragon to meet you there. You know where to get off. So you are all on this train that is much too large for you. There's brass and scales. Crafters have carved ivory, and all of the chairs are so big. They are enormous. So there are many cars in this train. There are like the dining car. You would have to climb to get up on a stool at the dining car. There is a swimming car for aquatic dragons who prefer to lounge. And there's, of course, your regular seats and your sleeping cars, where you would, again, need to climb up to get into a bed. You could probably take a bath in one of the sinks on the sleeping car. So, where are you on this train ride? What do you look like? What are you doing together? Where would you be?
I am marking equations on the window as I look out and trying to figure out like the best way that we'll be able to get the most bunches of fizzberries with the least amount of work so that we have time to explore the volcano. And so I'm muttering to myself as I'm like, I have like one of those smudge sticks, you know, so that it could be wiped away. I'm not permanently etching into the window, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So, like, eyes on this tiny dragon. What do we see looking at you? What does Azrael look like? And what are you standing on to get to the window? Or are you like hopping back and forth to get up to the window?
Oh, I'm hopping.
Okay.
I'm definitely hopping. I'm like thinking if I hop long enough, maybe my little like almost non-existent wings will actually work. But yeah, I'm a very bubbly little green jade dragon with like little tiny horns that are almost perpetually singed because my craft is lava rocks and explosions. So of course that's going to happen every so often. I do have bits of smudges of paint that I don't realize I have on me from the night before when I was planning my costume for the festival. But today is not right now is not costume time. It is get the fizzberries time. And so yeah, so I have a little stubby fat tail, like yeah, almost non-existent wings. I'll grow into them eventually, but yeah, so I'm just like bouncing like almost like a beach ball essentially.
I love it. So is anyone with Azrael bouncing like a beach ball?
I think I am. I think I'm hanging out with Azrael, picking nervously at my talons. Jill, are you sure it's not going to stain? Are you sure we're not going to get in trouble? And just checking that we have our tickets to get back 5 times every minute, and in our assigned seats where we should be.
And what does Neff look like?
Neff is very tall and thin and beautiful iridescent purple, but has not grown into her height at all. Nice curling horns, but very awkwardly proportioned iridescent little dragon.
I can relate. So we have a worried Neff, we have a bouncing focused Azrael. What are Volo and Hoshi up to?
I think Volo is you said the sinks are big enough to climb it, it's like for us to climb into. I think
Yeah.
Volo is doing the little kid thing of like he's using his little like adhesive toes like climb up the sink. He's kind of like he's a little slinky baby dragon. So he's like curled around like the faucet head, and he's waiting for someone to pass by, turn on the sink, and then do the thing where they put the hand under the faucet to squirt water at people as they pass by.
Oh my gosh.
He's just waiting.
Oh, I love that. And what does Volo look like?
Oh yeah, like so Volo is like like I said earlier, like a very like slinky, like almost like more snake-like than their friends. He has a little prehensile tail if he needs to like grab things, if his hands otherwise preoccupied. He has horns, but they are chipped like one's shipped and one's broken because he's definitely like climbed where he's not supposed to and have faced the consequences of climbing where he's not supposed to.
I love that for him. Hoshi, what are you doing?
Okay, curled up in one of the chairs after having climbed up into the train chair. Hoshi is reading a book and has another one on their tail and reading like three sentences and then flipping over to the other side, using their little toes to like turn pages as they kind of bounce back and forth between books, because there's so many books to read and I want to read them all. So if I'm reading two at once, that means I can read more faster, right?
And what does Hoshi look like?
Hoshi is a like small, feathery, also purple, but like a dark purple little feathered dragon. Has lots of little tiny horns on their drum's face, and little, again, prehensile tail that can, hold the book, and little prehensile toes that lets them, turn pages easily. But it's actually like fairly decently proportioned and like has some sense of moving themselves.
All right. Yeah. So we know who our dragons are. We know what you're doing. I neglected to have Neff roll us a haunting visions.
Was gonna say that is what I do. I think as I'm sitting there worrying and looking out the window, my anxiety does kick in and I suddenly have a haunting vision. So let me
Roll me
make
some
sure I'm doing
charm.
that correct. So is it 2d6 plus my charm?
Yep.
Awesome. That is a total of 11.
Oh, this is a very powerful vision.
Oh.
So let's see. You'll get to ask me a follow-up question.
Ooh.
So as you are sitting stressed out, you start envisioning everything that could go wrong. Because you like to be prepared. So you first envision, like, what if there are no snacks? What if I lose the tickets? What if the train gets stuck? What if the train gets derailed? And with each of these ideas, there's smoke that wisps it away. So you have this, like, what if we run out of snacks? And then it vanishes into darkness. The visions get more and more realistic, tangible, when you get to one that's, what if we get to the pickup place and the fizzberries are gone? And then you see a vision of an older dragon with a monocle. And when he laughs, gold pours out of their mouth. And behind them, you just see mountains of sparkling fizzberry paste vanishing into the air. And this does not vanish into the ether. This stays.
Hey, Azrael, tug on their tail.
It will rub off. Don't worry. I got it.
No, I know.
We just need a little bit of, water, maybe.
I know, I trust you. I'm not worried about that one. I had, how I sometimes see things? Scary
Yes.
things? Well, sometimes the scary things aren't real. Like, it will rub off.
Like, yeah, exactly. Or like the shadow bunnies. They're not real.
Right. Well, this one is. I was worrying about the fizzberries when we get there, and I saw a really, really old dragon, and he looked terrible and mean, and he had a monocle, and he was throwing up gold as he laughed, and then the fizzberries just disappeared.
Real, wow, really? Was he transforming them?
They just kind of vanished into the air. And I guess my follow-up question, while I'm kind of snowballing into despair, think what a good follow-up is.
I didn't equate someone stealing it into the equations. And then you just see like bouncing up, trying to
Mhm.
wipe everything off.
Where are we? Okay.
I mean, you can ask any follow-up question you want.
Yeah, I'm like staring at my sheet for inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Did anything seem magical? Was there any other type of magic with the vanishing? Was it just a poof, or was there some sort of physical visual thing that happened?
Ooh. It seemed strangely unmagical.
Oh. It's very interesting. Yeah, I don't sometimes the stuff I see is magic and sometimes it's not, and this one didn't seem like it was magic. I think we should have asked somebody
It's okay.
older to come with us.
Well, there's going to be someone there, right? That will be older to meet us, so we'll be fine. Take deep breaths. Remember what they say. You take deep breaths. You blow up like a puffer dragon,
Okay.
and then let it out. Maybe we should let the others know.
Yeah, we should probably let the others know. Yeah. Because something's gonna happen.
But that'll be good.
Okay.
And speaking of the others, we got a donation from chat for random animals, so thank you. So I just say, Volo, while you are waiting for somebody to come use the sink so you can splash them, you hear some scritching and something comes out of the sink. First, you just see little claws. And then you see a flat, fluffy nose. And scritching and scurrying its way out of the drain is what you recognize as a rottergator, which is a rat otter alligator hybrid that lives in tubes and likes to swim and likes to chew and breaks things with other things. You can see them holding hands. And then for their powerful jaws and their cuddling.
Ooh, I immediately turn on the sink.
Okay.
If it's like to swim, so I'm like, oh, turn the water on.
Have you stoppered up the stink?
No, my plan was to like use my hand to like under the faucet so to redirect the water.
Oh,
So
okay.
if need be, I could just like take my hand away.
So are you trying to like encourage it to play, or are you trying to get rid of it?
Try and get rid of it.
Okay. So roll me some cunning, even though that's for other dragons. If you'd prefer, you can act despite danger, which would be courage instead of cunning. Because this is a trick, even though you're not tricking another dragon.
I did roll an 11, so it'll be 11.
Okay. So yeah, say this works. Rottergators aren't the smartest. So you hear like a wah! And it kind of does a scramble and then just swishes down the drain. And then you hear scurrying in the pipe.
I immediately like run off to my friends, tell them about it. Let them know, like I find Nefe and Azrael. I'm like, guys, there's animals in the sewers, in the pipes of this train.
I knew something about like this was gonna happen.
No, I flush it down. I flush it down the sink. It's fine, but like, it's cool, right? Nefe, is everything okay?
No.
She
Something
had
bad's
a vision again.
yeah, like one of the like real ones.
Oh, what was it?
It was well, we got to the fizzberries and they were there in nice big sparkling piles. And then this old dragon showed up and he was cackling and there was money pouring from his mouth. And then all the fizzberries just vanished.
So an old guy is gonna come and take all our fizzberries?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah.
How long until we get there? Maybe I can go and tinker with the engine so we can get there faster and beat the old man.
Yeah, do you think that'll work?
Maybe. Where's Hoshi?
Wait, we should probably get them. Maybe they know how to fight old dragons.
Huh?
Hoshi?
Oh, Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
I
there
was
you
reading
are.
my books.
Oh, I keep forgetting the books are you.
Well, I kind of do barricade myself behind them a bit. But I'm here. What's up? Is there anything I can do?
Do you know how to calculate to make and train engines go faster? Do you have a book on that? And I can go and do that.
I don't think I have a book on how to make train engines go faster. Why do we need to go faster again?
Because
We gotta beat this old evil dragon who I saw in a vision who is definitely gonna steal all the fizzberries.
Do we know the dragon's name? Maybe I can look that up.
No, but he had a monocle. That's kind of weird, right?
and
I
there
don't know
was
of any
gold.
famous
He had
dragons.
gold in his mouth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know
That's
any
really
famous
weird.
dragons that have monocles and gold in their mouth.
I'm gonna be
But
honest.
I'll look through my books.
I wasn't paying attention when they were telling us the dragon that we were supposed to meet up with when we get there. Do you guys know? Maybe that's who we're supposed. Maybe that's the person in Neffy's vision.
Be interesting.
But then when
Oh,
would
I
the
didn't
fizzberries
pay
be
attention
gone?
either. I figure whatever old person we see would be the one that's supposed to lead us.
Hoshi, if you want to give me a tomes roll to see if you know anything about this dragon, you can feel free to.
Gladly.
How far away are we from the engine? Like, are we like, did they put us all the way in the back because we knew we'd be troublemakers? Or
Which stat do I add to tomes, or is it just?
oh, it's how many tomes you have. So you're just rolling +1 because you're
Okay.
consulting one tome. Where are the engines and trains? They're in the front, right?
In the
So I'll
front.
say
Yeah,
you're
he
like
was
in the
in the
middle.
You could have diesel train that has the engine in the back and is pushing the train as well, depending on how big and heavy
Right.
the train is.
I was like, they're usually
but I
in the
gotta-
front or the back. Let's say you're in the middle.
It again depends on how big of a train, how fast and how much you're moving. You could have double engines, so you have one in the back and in the front. I may know a little bit about trains. I rolled a 10.
Okay.
we're rolling well
So-
today.
Yeah. So you get information that's accurate and complete and +1 forward to act on it. So yeah, you it's a little tough to find something just looking up like monocle dragon. It's a little easier than, but similar to when if you ever worked in a bookstore or library and somebody comes in and is like, I want the one with the blue cover. It's kind of like that. But you do find something about not ancient dragon. Let me find a bearded dragon, which is almost as old as they, like a middle-aged dragon, who was named Kelendros. And this dragon was known to put like Smaug to shame in terms of greed. Now, Kelendros was primarily a jewel hunter, but was also known for being inventive and clever, but had a fearsome temper when anyone said Dre couldn't or shouldn't do something. In fact, you even find that with some further research that this very train you're on is owned by Kelendros, or at least some company set up by a shell company that Dre own in the capital.
So, there's one monocle dragon in my book. Dre actually owned part of the train company, because Dre made trains. The dragon's name is Kelendros. Kind of not very nice dragon, though, according to my book. Kind of mean, but very smart and liked inventing things.
That's not all bad.
I mean, if you're an inventor, that's always good.
So what does he want with the berries?
I mean, they're pretty tasty.
Do they make trains go faster?
Maybe. We should experiment. Do we
We
have
don't have any fizzberries.
right. Well, we have non-fizz berries. Maybe we can see if that makes the train go. Well, we don't want to make the train go slower right now, though.
I
Well,
think
once we
Bolo
get
looks
the
for like
fizzberries.
Bolo looks around for like the subway train map to see like how far we are from our stop.
And in fact, your stop is approaching. You see the young-ish, we'll say a winged drake, so like a dragon teenager, flat by in their uniform, going, "Tickets, please. Next stop, the Forbidden Forest and path to the volcano. Tickets." And
I look at
they
Neff
pull up
because of,
stamping.
I look at Neff because I figure Neff has all our tickets.
They're already out.
Dre just crunch them all in a big stamp and then go, "Please exit to the left."
All right, I think that's us. Let's go. Let's see what we can beat this train dude.
Bolo kind of like sprints out, peeks up, looks around, then turns back to everybody. I forgot who we're supposed to meet. What do they look like?
She has like quickly taken the books, shoved the covers closed, and then like thrown them into a some sort of like bag, and then run out the door. Hey, wait up! Wait for me! Wait for me!
And it's a little bit for y'all to get to the door because you are very small. You hear the like bang bang doors opening as they open, but everybody give me an act despite danger to get to the doors before they close on you, because you are very small and this platform is a jump. It's a courage roll.
8.
10.
It is a 10 plus 1, 11.
Dang. Okay.
These
8.
baby dice are working well for me.
What was that for Hoshi?
8.
Okay. So half of you got like 10 and the other half kind of stumbles. So I'm going to say Volo and Azrael, you just do a run and then use your little vestigial wings to soar out of this thing. Neff and Hoshi, not as limber. Let's say carrying all the books, carrying all the nerves. You do a run, but when it comes to the getting out of the train, you trip. And Hoshi, you can make it, but you're gonna drop a book.
Oh no!
It's not gonna be your tome, but
Yeah.
it will be like you're gonna lose some books if you want to get out of this unscathed.
Yeah, I think I will lose a book.
Okay. So you lose one of the books you were clutching in your tail because you need your
Yeah.
tail to grab onto the thing.
And it's like, and then like, I guess as I'm getting out the door, I just see that book just slide under the seats,
Wait,
and just with this just a sad look. No, but like, have
could
to
I
keep running out
like
the door.
help Hoshi to grab the book that falls out of your hands? Is that a
Yeah.
move I can do?
Let's see. So you got clear-headed. So yeah, you can do that. Let's see. So that would be, yeah, roll me some courage.
Ooh, that is a 13.
Dang. Okay. So you can get the book And you can also ask 2 questions of like, what's my best route in, through, out? What should you be on the lookout for? Or who's really in control here?
Who should we be on the lookout for?
Okay. And you
And
get to,
what was the other 2 again? Sorry.
who's in control of the situation and what's your best escape route, way in, way past, like basically casing the area outside this
also
train
like
station.
Case area.
So yeah, you catch that book and you suddenly remember the person you're supposed to meet up with. You've been struggling this whole time. And then you remember Yandinith, the fire singer. You realize you're supposed to look out for them, but not to trust them. You also, you know that they think they're in control here, but that Kelendros is in control of this area of Dragonia. And your easiest way in, out, or through is not physical. It's with your integrity. Or at least your true spirit. So, Neff, when you do a little stumble, I'm gonna say you get a little anxious because you saw some stuff that was going on. You saw something weird happening. And you suddenly get, I'll say you can either get an uncomfortable vision as this is happening, or you can take a shadow.
Ooh. My dear DM, what does take a shadow mean? Both for me and people watching.
Yeah. So that is that means it's a representative of how much the darkness has on your dragon.
Mhm.
So you would mark either anger, doubt, fear, or shame, and take one of the actions associated with that. So if you marked anger, you would then have to like lash out at someone.
Mhm.
Or, you know, escalate a delicate situation, but this isn't really.
I'm not sure I'm at any of these quite yet. I think I'm going to need an unsettling vision to start pushing her in that direction. Yeah.
So you have a vision of gold that had been pouring from this dragon's mouth as the fizz starts floating up. And then you start hearing this cacophony of older dragons roaring and shouting. And you hear shouts of like, scarcity. Well, this never happened when Ranforth the Great was in charge. And then you see the phrase syrup wars. And then you just start seeing fizzberries exploding, piles of pancakes, and then hear screams of dragons and see Dragonia split in 2 from above. And you see Dragonia, the Pancake Nation, and old Dragonia.
I definitely start crying. Yeah, as I like tumble off the train, I kind of just land in a little heap while I'm tumbling, and all the visions of pancakes are tumbling through my head as well. And I land and just, oh no, it's happening again.
I think because I'm also a round thing, I purposely tumble down and land next to you and say, it's okay, you did a good tumble, it's okay. Like not getting that you had another terrible vision and then trying to pat you.
No, there's gonna be syrup and pancakes, and there's gonna be broken pancakes everywhere, and the fizzberries disappear again. And I like lean into Azriel's shoulder and sniffle a bit more. This was a bad idea.
I look at the other two and go and whisper, "Help!"
Uh, I kind of like slither through, and I kind of take Nefa by the shoulders and go like, "Look, I know things are scary right now, but we'll be fine. I know we'll be fine. All we gotta do is be honest and do what we're supposed to do, and we'll be okay. All right?"
Okay.
And if the
We
pancakes
can't-
attack again, we can eat them.
I look towards Akemi because I know that Dre have a lot of books and knowledge. Do you know anything about syrup wars?
I may have heard of something. Let me check my books. I would like to do a Tomes roll.
Okay. And I was gonna say, Neffs, that seems like Volo was embodying empathy. If you wanted to give a friendship.
I was
check
gonna
for
say I
that.
was about to type in chat.
Yeah.
I was as I read that I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely empathy. Yes, I would love to give Volo a friendship gem.
Nice.
So and Hoshi, yeah, give me a Tomes roll. See if you know anything about the Great Syrup Wars.
That is a 5 and 3, 1, 9, 9. I can math.
Okay. So this one is tough because you are looking in the Book of Great People, not this is the famous dragons and what they did, right? Not famous moments in dragon history. So,
Yeah, it was just famous dragons, what they did.
okay. So it's hard to get all of the information. What you do find is information on a dragon called Alibor, who started fizzberry cultivation a very long time ago and has used it to create this economy with Dragonia's syrup merchants. You also know you've been sent to these because a big part of the Fall Festival of Friendship is playing in the Fizzberry Fountain. Just their lift lets you shoot up in the air, and also the great mashing of the fizzberries, which then everyone eats together. It's like kind of a weird tradition that nobody really understands anymore, but it's fun and it's tasty. And then whatever is left and smashed gets made into syrup. So this has kind of been what's going on with the syrup economy. And there are some dragons who are very into pancakes and they make pancake hoards.
So, according to my book, there's a dragon named Alibor. Dre started the fizzberry cultivation. And that's part of how the whole thing with the fountains and the fizzberries and the syrups. And then there's some dragons that have pancake hoards. I don't know how you hoard pancakes because every time we make them, they don't last. We
Right,
just
you
eat them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd hoard the pancakes though.
Yeah, it's a very gross hoard.
It would get really sticky.
Well, pancakes by themselves aren't sticky, but when you put the syrup and other things on it, that gets sticky. But they don't last because you make them and then you eat them.
I mean, I guess you could freeze them if you got like ice breath, but then you need someone with fire breath, like heat them up again.
I mean, it is true that like making pancakes, you can never just make enough for you and your friends and family. When you make pancakes for like days, but they only last for days.
Maybe they're hiding the bad ones, you know, the ones that get burnt or get too thick or too thin, or that have the flour lumps in them.
I still don't know what you do with a hoard of pancakes. I'd rather eat them.
You should share them. I don't know why all the
Exactly.
older dragons in my brain are screaming over it. You just should share.
Exactly.
Well, older
Uh,
dragons are dumb. That's why.
Yeah.
But they do eat a lot more pancakes, though.
Maybe they eat too many pancakes. What if they eat all the pancakes?
Oh, what
And
if
then
they
they
get sick
use
eating
all
all the
the syrup.
pancakes?
Maybe they're gonna use all the fizzberries to make syrup for their pancake hordes.
Or they're gonna get sick eating all the pancakes. I did that once. I ate too many pancakes.
Maybe that's why that one dragon was throwing up all the gold.
You have to
Those
make
aren't
room
gold,
for
they're
the
pancakes and got
pancakes.
sick.
Yeah.
I think we're really figuring it out, guys.
This is great. We're gonna get the fizzberries before him. We're gonna prevent the pancake apocalypse and then the pancopolypse.
That's very smart.
Prevent the pan-apocalypse.
Panpocalypse?
Were we supposed? Wait, where are we again?
Oh, I finally remembered who we were supposed to meet. We're supposed to be Yendenith.
Do you know where we're supposed to meet Drum?
Do I remember? where we're
So
supposed
what
to meet
you
them?
notice looking around, I'll say you remember that Dre were supposed to meet you at I'll say a little dragon cafe just off of the train station. As you're looking around at this train station, like you knew that it went past the forest, past the amusement park, and near the volcano, which, you know, you'd expect to see some hot springs. You expected to see a lot of like arbors and amber waves of grain, shall we say, like plants. What you see instead is clear cutting. This land looks ravaged, and you see expansions on the railway, like they're building out. You also see in the distance a factory that looks not finished being built, but there is purple smoke arising out of it.
This looks sad. It looks sad to you guys.
You
This doesn't
sure
seem like a
we
forest.
got off on the right stop? Maybe that old ticket lady was confused.
I
Oh,
mean,
this
the
is a
sign
stop.
says it's the right stop, but I don't see a forest here.
It's gone.
Do you need wood to make pancakes?
I mean, you need fire to make pancakes. So yeah, you do need to burn a little wood, but this is like
A lot of
too
wood.
much wood. This is all the pancakes. I think we're right. I think they did eat all the pancakes and they chopped down all the forest to make all the fires to cook all the pancakes.
Do you think we're too late? We have to get the fizzberries.
We should meet our Yandanath, and maybe they'll know better.
All right, let's go to the cafe. We all need to be hydrated anyways if we have to go save the fizzberries.
Oh, real quick, guys. I remember the dragon who told us about Yendenith. They said, be careful around them. They're not very trustworthy.
And why would they
It-
send us to an untrustworthy?
I mean,
Anyway,
everybody can be good and bad a bit, and his bad is just untrustworthy. But if we see him before he sees us, I can peek at him and learn some things from him. So if we're really quiet and sneaky and sneak up on him, maybe we can see why he's untrustworthy.
I want to attempt to use my saddleback of potential to try to pull out like the equivalent of an invisible cloak to put us under.
Oh, heck yeah, please do.
Okay, so that is plus cunning.
That's a good
Uh,
item.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I think this is very much like the discretion that Volo is a virtue that Volo emphasizes. So to Azrael gets a gem.
Ooh. I rolled a 4 + 1, so that's only a 5.
So
love it.
anybody can help if you want. Anybody can add a +1 to Azrael's roll by rolling plus friendship gems with a max of up to 3.
Yeah,
if
and
you
I'm
want.
just like, I'm like, oh, I have an idea, and I'm like, this like it's kind of like the Mary Poppins bag where it looks like I'm going to disappear into it, but it's not that big of a bag and everything.
You don't have to give your friendship gems back for this one. You could just say like, I'm going to roll with my friendship gems with Azrael kind of thing. If you
I'll
want to
help.
help.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I could help. So it's just given like the +1 by giving a gem.
You don't have to give a gem. You would just
Oh.
roll with however many Azrael friendship gems from Azrael you have.
Oh, I don't have any.
Okay. So it looks like Hoshi has some.
I do. I have some.
Okay.
I'll roll.
Because right now Azrael's at a 6, 5. So we would need 2 more.
5.
2 helpings.
I can roll.
Okay.
That is a 4 on a d6.
Okay. Roll 2d6 plus
Oh,
the
2d6.
however many friendship gems you're using.
Okay. Oh, I got you then. 9 total.
Okay.
9 on the dice, 2 gems, 11.
11. Okay.
Nice.
So we get Azrael up
To
to
a 7.
a 7. And
Maybe it's a holy cloak, like
yeah,
'cause it's fly.
Let's say it's you were trying to get like a cloak that would make you invisible. I'm gonna say I'll give you 2 options. The first is that it does make you invisible, but it sings. The second would be that it makes you more stealthy, not totally invisible, but after a certain amount of time, it just switches off entirely.
Ooh, both of those are really good fun ones. Let's go with sings. It's invisible
Okay.
and it's singing the sneaky song.
Okay. And I will say, since Neff helped but got a complication with that, I will say if you are found out because of the singing, Neff is the first one who's going to be spotted.
You cool with that, Neff?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry, it's gonna work great. No one's gonna know where the singing's coming from. And I just like kind of flip it, try to get, for it to cover all of us.
What if like I have an idea. What if you guys distract and also sing so people aren't sure where the singing is coming from?
But if
I thought we were all going under the cloak.
We all can go under the cloak then. I love this. 4 baby dragons in a trench coat.
Yes, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
Invisible
Please stack
singing
on top of
trench
each other.
Like, as soon as I heard that we had to like climb onto the chairs, I was like, we have to do the trench coat thing.
Mhm. So as we're like scrambling and climbing on top of each other to get under this cloak, so what does Yandareth look like?
Yeah. This is Yandareth is a long-toothed dragon, like a grown-up dragon. Dre are large and slender with golden scales and bright orange wings. And when you are sneaking up on Drum, they are singing. And as Dre sing, fire whirls out of their mouth as if their singing is making the flames into shapes. And you notice that the flames all around them also form those shapes. So while they're waiting for you, they're kind of doing like a little light show to entertain themselves.
Yeah, if we spot them then and they don't see us yet, I would love to do the study another dragon action with my
Absolutely.
move Secret Catcher.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
So that's roll charm.
Roll charm. Ooh, that's a 10 plus 2, so 12.
All right. I forgot to give out a disadvantage at some point. So the next roll is going to be disadvantage. So let's see.
Oh, actually, I think that Neff doing this thing
Mhm.
embodies my curiosity. So I would like to give Graham a friendship gem.
Love it. Okay.
It's from Hoshi.
So yeah, you totally get to ask some questions. You get 2 questions. So you can ask any of the ones that are study another dragon, or you can ask plus or any of the ones that are study
Secret
another
Catcher.
other dragon plus the ones from Secret Catcher. So you get 2
I
questions.
I think I would like my first one to be a secret catcher question. What secrets is your character hiding?
Dre are hiding. Both the extent of their ambition and also their extreme fear of their employer.
Ooh. All right, jotting that down. And then I think along with that, who are you holding a grudge against would be a good one to know.
Oh, I love that. That's a good question. I forgot that was one. You're holding a grudge against the syrup merchants who kicked Drum out of the guild.
Ooh. Yeah, as I kind of like look at him, my eyes go a little milky as I do my seer thing. And okay, guys, we did it. This is great. He's they're pretty angry at the syrup merchants because he got kicked out of their guild. And he's really, really ambitious, but they don't want you to know. And they don't like their employer. Who's their employer?
What's wrong with being ambitious? Being ambitious is great.
I don't know, but he doesn't want people to know.
Maybe the employer is the monocle. If we're not supposed to trust this one, and this one's supposed to take us to the fizzberries, maybe they're going to mislead us.
Yeah, but it also seems like they're not mad at us. So,
Of
I think
course,
we
we're
just-
adorable.
right? I think we just be cautious, but do our job.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Came here to get the berries, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Are you still in your cloak having this conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What is our order? Who's on who?
I'm probably maybe the smallest, lightest, even though I look like very round, so I'd probably be acting like the head, even though
You're
there's
full of helium.
yeah. So I'd be on top. I'm not sure where everybody else would be.
Or are we all just like on the same level and just all under the cloak that way?
I like us stacked.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like the stack.
I guess maybe I'm on top because I had to see, so I had to be the highest one
Ooh,
up
yeah.
to peek over.
And you're lanky, right? So maybe
Yeah, I'm
like,
like real thin and lanky, and it's probably really a little tipsy.
yeah, you're probably just like covering. Ah,
Dragon stack!
I don't know how
Yeah,
well
I
you're gonna
think-
show over the green screen, but
I think Volo will probably be like at the bottom, just kind of like scatting out like the ground around him. Drem.
Okay.
I think it's almost like Volo and Hoshi are kind of the legs, quote unquote, and then we've
Yes.
got Azrael and Neff on top.
Yes, little dragon pyramid.
I love that. Chat, donate to make them fall over. Uh, so, oh no, we lost Arkady.
yeah, they said they'll be right back. Apparently, power outage.
Oh no.
Oh dang.
Weird.
Okay. All right. So, Dre hear Yandinith singing, just like to himself, like "Yum, da, 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 da," when your cloak, when Dre paused for a moment, delightful flames those, and your cloak just going like sneaky, 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 sneak. And Dre start looking around and then look down and moving your head to try and pinpoint where the sound is coming from. They are sitting at a cafe table that now that you are all stacked on top of each other, would say Azrael can see over the table. Because stacked on top of each other, you are the size of a short adult dragon.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it occurs to Azrael to like maybe take the cloak off or anything, and just goes in like their big, like best, like big dragon voice, like, "Hello, we are here for the mission," over the sneaky sneaky song.
Are you trying to pretend you are an invisible dragon, or are you just not remembering that you're invisible right now?
Yes.
Okay, then give me a mislead or trick roll at disadvantage. The disadvantage you donated.
Oh no. I can't believe I've been hoisting my own petard. Mislead, you said, right?
Yeah, mislead. So cunning.
7 + 1 is an 8.
Okay, so with disadvantage, was that
Oh,
with
wait,
disadvantage? So
I
I want you to
roll
roll
one more?
3 dice and take the
Okay.
2 lower ones.
That's still a 7. Yeah, because
Okay.
I got a 9 this time, so yeah.
Okay. So they are fooled for a moment, and you get the opportunity to either learn a valuable secret or create an opportunity. So
Secrets.
Secret. Okay. So Yantanith looks and goes, "Well, this will be more difficult than I thought. I was informed that I'd be convincing several children to join the incorporation, but if it's just one already powerful dragon, I believe I'll have to give you a bigger incentive." I'm not sure that Kalendros will be pleased, but I'll do what I can. So, what's your name, adult dragon?
Hold on. They are gonna come up with
Why are you like this? Sorry, that's my cat.
I'm trying to make this clever. It's like Honevozas, which is our
Honevozas.
first syllables, the first syllables of all of our names.
Are you Honevozos, the famed mist sculptor of House Tessith?
Yes.
Makes perfect sense. I was friends with your grandfather. Well,
And like there's like an expression like of like horror, like, oh no, I impersonated a real person.
well, excellent. So, now you've arrived to pick up these fizzberries for that festival, yes? But what if I were to offer you something much better, much greater, much more lucrative than a couple dozen barrels of berries?
4 dozen barrels of berries?
Oh, surely you jest. What if I were to get you in on the ground floor of a brand new collective, a consortium? Fizzle Berries fast acting drinks. Feeling low? Need pep in your step? Fizzleberry's fast-acting fizzy drinks have got you covered.
Sounds good. Let me consult. Let me consult my own drink. It's yes, adults need drink in the morning. So we're in a cafe. I'll be right back as I go to the Dragonista. Um, so like moving away so I could talk to the others about like what to do.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
Just a heads up, I'm not allowed coffee anymore after the incident.
And I look down. I look down at Hoshi. It's like, I didn't understand those big words. Did you?
I understand something about fizzy drinks. I'm not sure what a what was the C word? Consortium?
Consortium?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what that is. Is it like a company, maybe?
It sounds like something you bang together.
What I got from that is that he doesn't want to give us the berries. He wants us to
That's true.
join something.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't want to give us the berries. Also, Volo, I think only one of us gets a drink. I don't think all of us do.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
then
We're
the-
one. You can have a sip, Folo, if you want. You're allowed to sip, right?
Maybe. That's an adult drink, so I don't know how it would affect. A sip would be a lot, I think, still.
You can smell it. I'll let you smell it.
I can do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this maybe we just take a second to decide what we want to do.
And while you take that second to decide what you want to do, we are going to take a quick break and we're going to get a drink of water. So everybody take a stretch, take a hydrate, and we will be back in 15 minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back to Friends Who Roll Dice 24-hour TTRPG celebration, raising funds for Extra Life. We are playing Epyllion, and there are so many fun ways to mess with the game, as has already been used. So just hit !donate to learn all the ways you can do that, and then do that. We have just left off with our baby dragons, who were having a little talk under your singing invisibility cloak, deciding if you wanted to go forward with getting in on this fizzberry energy drink scheme instead of finding out what happened to the fizzberries or asking for them to be delivered to you. What do
Also
you do?
ordering an adult drink.
Yes. Okay. So
Because we got to be authentic here.
yeah. Since you were about to order, you were deciding what to drink. Did you just decide to order an adult drink?
Yes, I think I tell the Dragonista, one adult drink, please.
Dre kind of look down at you, realize Dre can't see you, and just go, Liberty Moon's weird for some folks, I guess. And then comes back with a fizzing, foaming drink in a very tall, slender glass that is on fire, and it smells like bubblegum and candy canes.
I like the fire. I didn't think we could drink fire.
I don't think you drink the fire. I think you have to put it out to drink it. But the fire makes it taste good? I don't know.
Do you want to smell it before I take the fire out? Like bring the drink downwards underneath the invisible cloak.
Volo just takes a big whiff and goes, burns.
The fire doesn't seem warm.
Ooh.
It actually feels cold on your snout when you smell it.
Ooh, mint.
Oh, what's it smell like?
It just smells cold. Like,
Smells
like when you wake up in the morning and like there's still water on the trees. Like that.
Oh, that kind of sounds nice.
Can I smell it?
You want? Yeah.
Oh wait, we should probably head back, right? Have we decided what we want? Have we decided what we want to do?
Oh wait. And I think like I bring it over, and I finally forgot everybody's names for a second. Neff, like maybe this will help with your nerves.
I don't know. You said it was an adult drink, and I'm not an adult, and I don't want to get in trouble.
But we're pretending to be an adult.
But we're not.
So
And then what if we find out that we're not, and we've lied, and we're gonna be in like double trouble?
true. I'll take the
Very
fall, and I'll blow the
Okay.
drink and then like take a sip.
Okay. I would like you to give me an act despite danger roll because you don't really know what's in this drink you just ordered.
Yeah, it just looks really cool. That's all, That is a 9, and I think I have a 1, but let me double check.
For courage.
Yeah, I do. So 10.
Okay. So this drink is so tasty. It first like is cool and refreshing.
Mhm.
And then you notice that your scales kind of crackle a little bit.
Ooh.
And then your tummy just feels very warm. And you feel refreshed, but also toasty, like you are wrapped in a warm blanket.
I think I explained that to everybody. I was like, oh, this would be great for late night tinkering. And looks at everybody else and then does the little selfish baby thing and just downs it.
This would be great for me.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it was a good drink then.
I am an adult now. Let's go back and decide. What we're deciding, they don't remember.
We came here to get the berries, but they're offering us something about a drink. About
I think we should at least hear more what they have to say. I don't know if we should take them up because we need to take those berries back home. Otherwise, we can't. How do we have the fountain part of the festival?
Right?
But I think we need to find out what they're up to because I think they want to use the berries.
It sounds sketchy, and we already know that bad things are going to happen. So we should like look for the bad things so that they don't surprise us.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
Volo.
Yeah, that makes
Take us
sense
back.
actually.
Yeah.
Like Carrie, helping Carrie as you guys like waddle back.
So you still walk over all invisible under the cloak together?
I think to like having down the drink, I don't think Azrael realized that they like they're technically a floating head now. Because they didn't think to put it back up because they're hopped up on the drink.
Okay. So you now look like a floating head
Mhm.
walking. Okay. So you arrive back in front of Yandadith, and Druid just go, "My, you look significantly younger than I expected when we were speaking a moment ago."
It's the drink. Thinking because like feeling the crackling on the scales, it's like it's the drink.
Why, yes, I have heard that certain beverages can do that, which is why I'm offering you a keen space in this deal. Now, I don't know what they're giving you to bring these fizzbers back, but what if I promised you instead a hoard beyond your imagining? Respect, courage, and if you sign on now, and then you get 5 other dragons to sign on, and then they each get 5 other dragons to sign on with a small down payment, bless you, kitty, you will be a part owner in the Fizzleberry fast drinking, fast moving dragon connection. The consortium that's more like a family. It's like the clutch you never had.
So it's like a triangle plan.
Exactly. It's a triangle plan.
Okay.
After, yeah, I think I try to mouth the words because like, oh crap, like so it's slightly off put of like of what Dre said, and like clear my throat. What if I give you 3 others right now? What benefits do I get now?
Well, that would be a discount on the 5 for later. You'll still need 2 more, but you will be well on your way to your own fizzleberry pop conglomerate. See, now, I'll let you in on a little secret. Kellandros just wants to clear cut all this land to make way for the railroad. Kellandros streams small. Dre think that by directing where dragons go, he directs their minds. Not so. You direct how they get energy. You direct where they direct that energy, and you control Dragonia. The power. And Dre pulls out from their saddlebag a handful of fizzberries. It's in these little berries, where they're just mashing them up and then using them for syrup. No, no, no. If you infuse them with a little bit of magic, why, a dragon can go for days without eating, without sleeping. Just collect. They'll pay a lot for that.
I could create so many inventions if I didn't have to sleep at bedtime.
I like sleeping.
Trouble for reading when I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Well, you make a good point, good Dre, Sir Dre. What do I have to do?
So please, call me Yandy.
Yandy.
What if we
What-
just like
Oh, go
ask him what if we just want the berries? Will they still give us the berries?
What if we want the berries still? I am a smart thinking dragon, adult dragon. Have to weigh options, like when you weigh whether or not you're going to use lava stone or dynamite.
Well, the berries are gone. How could I give you the berries when we're already pressing them?
But we didn't make the deal
the
yet. How
fizzy
can you
pop.
make the deal without? That's like lying, and we were taught not to lie, and, and they go into a little bit like, I think like that kind of like train of thought is like, because my house line was from the bad line, technically it's like, no, they were very much instilled into us, no lies, no like no trickery.
Why don't you roll me to stand up to an older dragon? Roll me some
You-
courage.
8 + 1 is a 9 again.
Okay, does anybody want to help boost that up to a 10, or do you want to keep it at a 9?
I'll take help if anybody wants.
I'll help, because Neff is they're from the house that like finds ways to enlighten, and enlightenment is the truth. And so we should follow the truth. So yeah, I will help with that. And it's a courage roll,
It's friendship gems to
a
help
friendship gems.
with
So it's a
Azrael.
9 base, and I believe I have 1 with Azrael. So yeah, 10 total.
Okay. So, Nev, how do you inspire Azrael? Give him that like extra push.
I mean, for one, I physically give them a little extra boost to get them to stand up taller. And yeah, and knowing that they're from the house that's a little darker, looked down upon, and our houses kind of seem almost opposites, that they're the sneaky house and we're kind of the very genuine house. And I think our powers together actually are very compatible. And yeah, you do it. That truth is the way.
All right, Azrael. So you get a 10. So you get to pick one out of you delight this dragon. Yandy gives you a useful item or a fancy gift. You impress them. They offer you a favor or accommodation, or you intrigue them and they tell you something useful and interesting.
I think I want to impress them to hopefully maybe somehow have them give away where there's more berries or the location of the pressed berries.
Okay. So
Standing tall and bubbling like I know what I'm talking about.
right. And Yandy goes, "You shame me. Your words cut to the quick. You're right. We had not made this deal. I assumed incorrectly that anyone would jump at the idea to get in on the ground floor of this triangle schematic. However, I was mistaken. We have been collecting all of the fizzberries that we have removed temporarily on a permanent basis from the forest and the paths to the factory you could see being built over there to await pressing into these handy dandy little juice bottles." And Dre just pull a giant crystal bottle on the table, and it's basically as big as your head. It's kind of as tall as Hoshi. Because it's for an adult dragon. And Drago, now if you really want the berries, tell them that you are scheduled for a tour to see the facilities. You should find some of the berries there. But if you take anything, if you take these berries, you cannot get in on the ground floor. You will have to join at full price, like everyone else.
Understood. But we have to make sure you're using quality berries, because when you make a quality product, you use quality ingredients. How do we know you're not using the throwaway berries, like the throwaway pancakes? We don't want that.
Pancakes.
Exactly. You don't want accidentally have pancakes in your breakfast if you don't want pancakes. I'm kind of losing like the thought process.
Dre put your claws across the table and start raising their wings, and the fire that's lighting this cafe all whooshes big, and her eyes just blaze yellow, and Dre put their face next to yours and smoke curls out of their nose as they go, "Did you come here from the Syrup Guild?"
No, sir. I don't think so. No, we are not. We want fizzberries for fizzberries, not for syrup, not fizz syrup.
And why did you mention pancakes? That hated food.
Because someone on the train was talking about it and it was stuck in my head.
Give me either convince a dragon or mislead or trick, please. It's either charm or cunning.
I will do. Let's for fun. Let's do charm because I think they're afraid, and I have a -1 in charm.
Okay.
Like this is like So that is 6 + 2 is an 8. So it's a 7 still.
Okay. So yeah, they'll do what you want if you offer them a favor, gift, or useful information. So they back up a little bit and go, "All right. But you tell me, why do you need these fizzberries so badly? What are you being paid? What?" is the Pancake Guild planning?
And I'll let someone else pipe up if they want, because I think he's just like, Azrael's just like, I can't believe that worked.
Uh,
Does anyone have any idea?
Yeah, what is the Pancake Guild planning? Or what do you say they're planning?
I think Vol pipes up is like, they're planning to steal your berries.
I knew it. Well, nobody's gonna steal those berries. They're heavily guarded. We've got well-paid dragons in there, plus, well, you'll see when you get there, but some rhinodillos are nothing to be messed with.
No, of course not. Thank you so much for the information. We're gonna go and assess whether or not we want in on the front level marketing triangle thing. Follow, go, bye.
Shuffles along.
And the factory is in the distance, puffing out pink smoke.
I think once we're like a few feet away from the cafe, that's when I like hop off. like, wow. Doing a little like freak out, like, what was that? That was awesome, but that was scary.
They're trying to steal the fizzberries, but we're gonna steal them back, right?
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do.
We should have asked if his boss has a monocle.
But then we were getting too suspicious.
That's true. That's not something you can easily just ask in casual conversation. Like, oh, by the way, does your boss have a monocle and maybe a mustache that he twirls sometimes too?
Exactly. You just don't ask. Like,
Just
Yeah.
kind of hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
also maybe his boss is there and we'll see him.
exactly.
Oh no, then we'll see his boss.
We don't have to
Yes,
see
yes.
anybody if we just sneak in and take the berries. We can do it. We're tiny compared
Should
to everybody
we-
else.
Yeah, they won't see us. I mean, look how big that drink was. It was tall as Hoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we carry all the berries though?
I could maybe find something in my bag that might help, but it's probably
just
best I
put it on
don't
the
pull it
train.
out until, yeah. We could also put it on the train. When is the train going back? How much time do we have? When's the
I-
festival?
I check our
forget.
tickets to see what the date the return tickets are.
The return tickets are in 3 hours.
Okay.
Because it was just supposed to be a pickup, enough time to get a snack and a stretch, and then head back. And the festival is tomorrow.
We gotta go real fast, guys.
What if we what did Dad always say? Divide and conquer. Like, two of us go take the tour, pretend we're interested in this in this triangle plan, and then two of us go and sneak and take the berries.
Ooh,
That sounds like
wait,
a good idea.
you mentioned something about them using bad berries, right? And he said that they don't use bad berries.
Well, they're not supposed to. It's supposed to be a good drink. I mean, I drank that thing, and I don't think there was anything bad in that adult drink. It was
What if
all
we-
perfect ingredients.
What if those of us who split to find the berries label some of the berries, the amount we need, as bad berries, and have it sent to back home?
To be destroyed. Destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's smart. I didn't know
can
you had
be
it in you,
smart.
Volo.
I didn't know I had it in me either.
I'll make labels or like to and so I
how
go
will
into
it-
my bag and I think I look at Yoshi. You have pen and paper. Can I borrow?
Of course. But how will we be able to tell the people back home that these are actually good berries, even though they say they're bad berries?
Well,
Do you think they'll believe us?
the berries don't need to be there until tomorrow. So we'll beat the berries back,
Yeah.
and tell them. So we'll have the berries be sent in 5 hours, and we'll be home in 4 hours, 4 hours. And yeah.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
we
go
better
ahead.
get going on getting those berries.
Give me a saddlebag roll to see if you can make believable signs.
5, and I think that's just a 6.
5 and a 6 together.
No, 5 plus a 1, so for cunning, so 6.
Okay. So let's see. It's somebody can help you to get to that. Or you can take the fail and get an XP.
Because it still kind of works, but it's also fundamentally flawed, right? If I take the fail.
Yeah. If you take the fail, it's like you've supposed to be that you've used it recently, but you might be able to get it back. But since it's a one shot, I'm just gonna say like you can write something, it just doesn't look quite right, and it's going to be like fairly obvious.
Okay, I think it'll be more fun that way.
Okay. So I'll say you can write it out, but you'll have like a -1 to executing your plan.
Okay.
So
Perfect. These look
-1
great.
forward.
Yeah.
I think that R might be backwards, but I like it.
Maybe it's a stylistic choice.
Exactly.
I can't
That's
read.
how
It
they
looks
know
fine
it's
to me.
ours. So we'll all go on the tour then as prospecting. I think that's the right word. Fizzberry energy drinkers.
Yeah.
And then
Neff, you seem more authoritative. Maybe you should take the lead now.
I mean, yeah, sometimes people do listen when I say things. I just gotta speak really clearly and be brave.
And Hoshi, you're very, book learning. So maybe you should be the one that be like, oh, that's bad berry, and that's bad berry. They're all bad berries, We all have roles.
so I'm a berry researcher? No, that's not the right word. I check the
Cultivator.
berries.
Cultivator.
Cultivator. I don't grow the berries though.
But you also don't inspect the berries, but so you're lying about you could just still lie. If you're lying
Berry
about one thing,
connoisseur.
you can just lie about another.
Sorry.
I guess I can pretend to be a berry expert. I'll be very good at it.
I just saw your Good Burger. That's a good movie. And I look at you, Volo, and I'm just like, and you intimidate them, so they have to listen to us.
Yeah, it's like my my guild always says, as long as you act like you know what you're doing, people will assume you know what you're doing.
Right. And
And
yeah,
how are we getting past the guard beasts, the Rhinodale guard beasts? Can we ride them?
What if we make
Ooh,
them
I like
our
that.
friends?
Yeah. Then we can ride them.
Yeah. How do we make them our friends?
So you arrive.
Pancakes. We feed them pancakes.
do we have any pancakes though?
I don't have any pancakes. Do you have any pancakes?
No. If I put food in this bag, it messes everything up. I've
Oh,
tried.
okay.
You could do some magic to create pancakes,
Ooh.
or just distract the rhinos. You could use your moon magic or shadow magic. Although it might be weird to use shadow magic to create pancakes, but these could be, pancakes of the dark side.
The Vola goes like, oh, I have an idea. And taps their back, and you see a little movement on their back, and a little squid bat comes out.
Yeah, here's this
Keeps that-
flask.
Yeah, Flask.
Yay.
Flask can squirt in their eyes if we need to have them not see us.
Won't that make them angry?
Yeah, but they can't see us, so we just gotta stay out of their way.
Oh, we just gotta be fast then.
Yeah,
we
and
can
we're
do that.
fast. We're tiny. We're fast.
So we got a plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
So you arrive at this factory that has large gates that at first look like wrought iron. And then you realize the wrought iron is shifting. And you realize it is actually shadow magic. They appear to be obsidian and shadows forming a massive gate around this factory. And patrolling inside that gate are giant gray feathered beasts with big horns that snuff, 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 and then curl up into a ball and barrel from side to side, smashing through. And these are the rhinodillos.
I'm
Oh,
thinking of the rhinos
they're
from
big.
Fall Guys now, like just like if anyone's played that level.
Oh, they're big.
And
I'd be
fast.
bounced around so much. Be fun, but
Do we want to blind them or make them pancakes? Because those are two very different things.
I mean, we could throw pancakes at their faces. That would blind them, right?
And maybe make them happy at the same time.
Yeah.
what if let's try both. We got time. We got 3 hours. And so how does the magic work here?
So to call upon the moon magic, you return friendship gems, as many as you like, and you roll plus 2d6 plus friendship gems returned.
I don't think Azrael will attempt to make pancakes if they're like, I'm not a cook. I can create things. I'll make you a skillet.
I can try and make pancakes.
All right.
I'll give
How-
up 1 gem.
Okay. So
So-
roll 2d6 plus 1.
That's a 4.
A 4 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you do magic, explain to me what it looks like.
I think for Volo, it's he does like a little flip and then spins his tail, and that's where the magic starts manifesting.
Okay. So as you expect pancakes to appear falling down from the moon in rays of light, instead there are cast iron skillets that start falling, and it's hard to dodge, and you hear a couple other dragons going like, ow, ouch, what, as cast iron skillets rain, followed by birthday cakes, wedding cakes, carrot cakes, devil's food cakes, splattering on top of the pans that have just fallen from the ceiling.
Get it? Pans and cakes. Ah.
And then I would like you to take a shadow, and you can choose if this made you angry, if it made you doubt something, if it made you afraid, or made you feel shame.
I think I think he probably will feel fear
Okay.
because like, oh no, I messed up.
So then you will have to, so you'll take a shadow, and then you must either hide something from your friends, avoid a difficult task, or exaggerate the danger of the situation. What do you choose to do?
I think Volo will exaggerate. He'd be like, maybe this isn't such a good idea, guys. we might be in a bit over our heads over this.
I mean, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
So what would be exaggerating it? Would it be saying that like the factory's gonna collapse? Would
They
it
might
be
eat
like you're
us.
gonna drown in pancake or in cake?
I think Nefe's vision might come true if we mess up here.
Yeah,
Is
if you mess up here, the world literally might crack in two.
Yeah.
And it's begun because of the pans and cakes falling from the sky, smashing this factory.
It's part of your vision, Nef. And I start shaking Nef. The pancake.
I know. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I know.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
It's
We
not
can
your
still fix
fault,
this.
but we're seeing what you saw.
But
We can still fix this. But yeah, now we have to. Now what do we do?
Everybody give me an act despite danger move to avoid getting injured by these falling pans and cakes.
I got an 8.
4.
A 4.
I'm panicking, okay?
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. So Azrael and Volo, again, the more graceful, shall we say, dragons, do some deft dodging. Hoshi and Nef, why do you fail so badly?
Because I am at peak anxiety that I'm not even paying attention to the sky that's falling on me right now. Everything has gone so wrong that I'm not even trying to dodge. I'm just sitting in my anxiety.
Okay. And what about Hoshi?
I think Hoshi gets hit with a very large cake, and then now has frosting in their eyes and just can't see, so cannot dodge further cakes.
Okay. So I will give you both choice. You can either take, I'm going to say you're both going to take a shadow. You get to pick the shadow. And then as part of the factory falls, Nef, you see a painting be revealed and smoke curls out of this painting, and you recognize a dragon with a monocle. Hoshi, you notice that you can't see, but you sense it. You sense the cake being sucked off of your eyes, and you feel like everywhere cake has touched you gets colder and drier, as if it's being drained. And what shadows are you both marking?
I'm going to take anger.
Okay, so what are you going to do while
I'm
you're
going to
angry?
escalate a delicate situation.
Okay.
Yeah, love it. Driven by this new vision. It's too late to go back. We have to keep going forward, or else worse things are just going to keep happening. And I'm going to like throw myself at and pause, and if I can, through the gate into the worst chaos of the rhinodillos and the cake and the frying pans. I'm just going to blindly start running through this gauntlet.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. What about Hoshi? What do you do?
I'm going to take doubt.
Okay.
And actually, with Nef running straight at things, I'm going to question a friend's loyalty.
Because they left you.
Yeah. Nef, how could you do this? How could you leave? We were supposed to get the Fizzbears together. What are you doing? Where are you going?
She's just anxiety screaming through the rhinodillos.
Volo and Azrael, you notice Hoshi stumbling around, cake whipping off of her eyes. And you also hear and see very anxious Nef running through cracks, little curlicue holes in the gate. You see the gate is actually pulling the cake off of Hoshi. and you see these the rhinodillos have curled up to avoid getting hit with pans, but they are both on a collision course for Neff, rolling towards Neff.
I'm gonna act despite danger and try and grab Neff and pull.
Okay.
Pull him back. That's a 10.
Dang. All right. What do you do?
I think I turn to Azrael and be like, "Help Hoshi!" And I like slink through the gates and like kind of like use my tail to like pull them back like a like the classic like theater hook, pulling back a comedian, just like.
Neff, how do you respond to being grabbed unexpectedly?
What? Yeah, but we gotta go forward. That's the only way we can go. There's no way to go back. We gotta keep going.
We gotta go forward carefully. You're gonna get crushed. As we see, if we see him like run in front.
Yes,
of
and you
us.
then see the rhinodillos smack into each other and make a resounding like bang, and then they just roll the opposite directions.
Well, it's clear now.
Now it is.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's just it's all very scary. And I don't often get very brave.
I put Neff by the shoulders. I'm like, I'm sorry for scaring you earlier, but like I said before, as long as we do this together, we can get through this.
Okay, let's wait for the others, and then we should go before they wake up and start running again. I point to the rhinodillos.
We can dodge the pans easily. They can't, so we can use that as cover.
Yeah.
So the pans have stopped falling now that you're not concentrating on it as much. It is primarily just cake and mostly at this point frosting falling from the sky.
Yeah, and I think like the way that Azrael was like dodging everything was just like, yeah, bouncing ball like, you know, just using the momentum. And then hearing to go take care of Hoshi, like just kind of like bounces their way and kind of rolls and kind of like flops next to Hoshi, like, oh, that was just, are you okay?
I seem to be very strawberry flavored, but I think I'm okay.
Strawberry. At least it's you're not allergic, right?
No.
Okay, then it's good that you're covered in strawberry. Wow, that was
It
something.
did get on my books though. One of them might be from the library.
Well, they'll appreciate it being strawberry scented instead of old book smell scented, right?
Oh, but old books smell so nice.
Tomato. But you're okay though. Otherwise, yeah.
Well, I'm weirdly cold where the frosting hit. I don't think it's cold frosting, but I'm okay, I think.
Okay. I think this is our chance. Let's meet, and seeing the other two ahead, let's get through this and yeah.
Let's go rescue the let's go put those labels on berries.
Exactly. I hope we made enough labels. And like we'll like with Hoshi like help like, you know, go through like where the others are and hopefully get through. And stick with them since that's what Volo said. So
yeah, it's easy to get in now that a wall has smashed through. So in a way, Volo, your plan was effective, just not in the way you expected.
Fail up. That's what they say. Fail up.
Oh, and this doesn't matter as much because we're in a one shot, but every time you do fail, mark it experience.
Okay.
Because you literally grow up from making mistakes.
Aww.
So yeah, there is the wall has collapsed. There is the big painting that Neff saw. There's still smoke from a giant dragon curling around it, and the painting seems to be watching you no matter where you go. There are also some long-toothed dragons and winged long-toothed dragons who seem to be in charge, moving along and ushering some winged drakes who look a little more confused, a little more just here for the paycheck kind of thing, trying to either get the juicers working again, get the bottling machines happening, or get the coat check for the tours back together.
Have we been seen?
You have not yet.
Great. Who looks the most in charge? Because then I would like to study another dragon, and if we're not seen, add secret catcher to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, who's looking like big boss in charge?
So I'll say first, you think that one of the older dragons looks the most in charge, but because you are so in tune with the darkness and the voices around here, you realize that the painting is actually in charge.
Ooh,
The dragon on that painting,
very interesting.
whether it is the dragon or is a magical vehicle for a dragon, some kind of magic thing, but everyone is avoiding the gaze of that painting.
All right, then
You could study
yeah.
the painting like it's a dragon if you want.
Yeah, I would like then what secrets is the painting hiding?
Uh-huh. So
Uh,
roll me your charm.
4 + 4 is 8, + 2 is 10.
10. So yeah, you get 2 questions. So what secrets is the
Yeah.
painting hiding? So this is a painting, as you probably guessed, of Kellandros. And Kellandros is hiding a plan to have the largest hoard at any cost.
All right, and then I think it would be very interesting to know, how do you think we are alike? What does Kellandros think we are similar in?
Okay. Kellandros thinks that you are similar in that both of you have been touched by the darkness and survived it in a manner of being unscathed. You are also both from the House of Senscale. So you would know that there are so many paths to reach success. Why should you balk at any of them?
That's extremely fair. That's very interesting. Yeah, I will keep some of that to myself.
Okay.
But some of the others I'll say, hey, the guy in the painting, he's the big boss. He's Kellandros, and he's trying to get the largest hoard with whatever it takes.
Is he in the painting, or is he just like seeing through the painting?
I don't know, I didn't ask that.
Maybe the hoard is the triangle.
Or that's where he puts the hoard. Although I think we need to put frosting on that painting. That way he can't see us.
I could have Flask squirt the eyes of the painting so you can't see.
That might be better, because then that stains it, and it seeps in. And so, because frosting you can just wipe away,
Yeah.
but ink is forever.
Should we do that? Do you think we should do that
think so.
now? Okay.
Well, I mean, the painting keeps watching us wherever we are, so I think we should make it so it can't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would this be like an act despite danger thing?
Well, I was thinking, since Flask's ability is camouflage, right?
Yeah.
So Flask could just go up. You can act despite danger,
Mhm.
but Flask could get up there without being seen. That's
Okay.
Flask's special ability.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just send Flask up camouflaged. And
So
then
now for all of you to stay hidden, as Flask is, damaging a painting that may or may not be the eyes and ears of very important elder dragon. That remains to be seen. So why don't you give me either an axe to fight danger or a mislead or trick? Because Flask will get in and out of there fine, but we'll
Okay.
see if you do.
All of us.
Let's just have Volo do it since
Okay.
Volo and Flask are working together.
Okay, I'll do act despite danger because I am good at that.
Okay.
That is an 8.
Okay. So if you folks want to help, anybody has friendship jumps for Volo, you could get Volo up to a 10 if you succeed. If 2 people help, otherwise Volo will mostly do it.
Yeah, I have a +1 now, so I will help.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can help
Yeah.
since we're doing painting stuff.
Cool.
That's a 13 to help.
Dang. Okay. So that gives a +1.
A 9 to help.
Okay. Hoshi, did you want to help too?
Sure.
I say you don't need to. We've got the 10, but if you wanted to, you can.
That is a 10.
Okay. So, yeah. How do you all help stay unseen, or how do you let Flask do their job?
I throw the singing cloak in a farther direction so that they hear the singing cloak over there.
Bless. And I will say, because you got an 8, you will lose the singing cloak for that.
That's
But
valid.
it is effective. Just when they eventually find it, they're like, oh, neat, singing invisible cloak.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna be seen eventually. I'll like start making a little noise in a corner away from this. Like,
Okay.
excuse me, can someone help, please?
Mm-hmm. And Hoshi.
Hoshi is sticking near Volo and watching and basically being another set of eyes for Volo so that Volo can just completely focus on letting Flask do the thing. And if anything comes up, Hoshi can react and let Volo know, hey, we need to duck, or, watch out, there's a pillar there, because that way Volo can just focus on letting Flask do the thing.
Okay. So, yeah. Volo, how does Flask usually move?
Well, he's a squid bat, so he has his little wings.
Uh-huh.
But when he wants to be sneaky, they actually use like the little squid tentacles to like do the squid thing of like climbing up the walls using little like as it climbs up the wall.
Okay. And Flask squirts ink over the eyes of this painting. The painting then starts to dissolve. And there's a hissing sound as smoke billows out from the painting, forming the shape of a massive dragon made of clouds. The dragon's eyes are foggy, and you notice that there is ink in their eyes at this point. You all hear several much smaller dragons, but bigger than you, going like, what happened? What happened? They're here. Are they here? And folks start scattering to the various directions that you sent them. And Hoshi, you are there with Volo. What do you all do?
Gotta find the barrels now, right?
Let's
Yeah,
go
we
for
should
it.
definitely just get out of here and ignore this and find the fruit.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
By the way, Chad, I think
Oh.
this would be a great time for some random animals or some wonky magic to occur. Just saying. So feel free to donate
please.
for that.
Yeah, I think this is 10,000% not our problem or our fault right now, and so we should just run away from it.
Yeah. Could I use clear-headed to figure out where we're supposed to go from here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Rolling that. Oh. That's a 8.
Okay. So you get to ask one question from the list.
Okay.
So what's your best way in? What should you be on the lookout for? Who's in control?
What should I be on the lookout for?
That massive cloud dragon doesn't need to see.
That's terrifyingly vague. Guys, I don't think the ink. I don't think the ink in the eyes worked as well as we hoped it would. We gotta move now.
I think I'm gonna use my obligation as hindrance here.
Okay.
There's a cloud dragon. That's a really rare substance. Cloud scales. How could I use cloud scales in my future projects? So as everybody's like kind of heading towards, where they're supposed to go, the berries, I'm
Mhm.
inching towards the dragon with like a little flask. Like, I was gonna like, how you catch fireflies? Like, I'm gonna catch it.
Mhm. I love that. Is anybody going with Azrael, or is Azrael just going off by himself?
I think I don't even think of telling them. I'm just like,
I was just
it's
wondering
like
if they
one
would notice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I even noticed.
I don't think so. I think Hoshi's now has a new thought of we have to take out one of those machines. I don't know exactly how, but I think I want to take out one of the machines somehow.
Okay. Okay. So Hoshi's going to a machine. Neff and Volo are going for the barrels. And Azrael is going for the cloud dragon.
This will work out fine.
Yeah, I love a
Great.
three-way split in a party of 4. So let's go for the machine. No, the barrels will be first. So you do find several massive barrels of fizzberries. There are a couple winged drakes who are like the teenager dragons, trying to roll them to the machines that Hoshi's been heading off to. They are labeled like fizzberries fresh, fizzberries pressed, and like fizzberries toss kind of thing. And they're still all going to the same place.
I turn to Neff and I'm like, can you tell which ones would probably be the best ones to grab or like to label?
Probably the ones that say that they're the best, because we want the best, right? So we got to say that they're the worst.
Okay. We have the. I think we have the. Wait, where's
Oh no, Azrael had the labels.
Okay.
Azrael had the labels.
I can't. Like I said earlier, I can't read. Can you write down like bad on the barrels?
I could just. I'm not great at writing, but I could just tell them that they're bad, and they maybe will listen.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell them that we had like a change of plans. That boss says they're all bad and they got to go somewhere else. Yeah, I'll figure it out, and I'll start to approach them.
Okay.
I kind of fall behind as like an intimidating presence, or like try to be.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to convince the dragon.
Okay. So yeah, you see some of these young dragons, they're like, no, roll it that way. Pivot. No, roll it this way. Pivot. They're like, no, you're messing everything up. What? Oh, are you in the tour group?
Hi. Yeah, I'm actually an inspector, and there's another tour group coming through behind us, and they've requested some samples, and boss says to bring these up front so they can have a taste of like the best quality and okay quality and bad. They really want to invest. They're big investors.
You,
Yeah.
a little raw scale Drake.
I'm a messenger. That's what they sent me for. I'm real fast and tiny.
Roll me convince the dragon.
Ugh.
Or mislead or trick, whichever you prefer.
I like convince a dragon better.
Okay.
4 plus 4 is 8 plus
8.
Is it charm? 2 charm. 10.
10. Okay. So, yeah, you get to pick if they will do this if you give them a favor, gift, or useful information.
Does it have to be a favor I can actually follow through on, or can I lie to them?
Because it's a one shot, I'll say that it's a favor that maybe you won't have time to fulfill or you can fulfill in the
There we go.
future.
God, it said the boss said that like there's gonna be a real big party at the end of the week, and I bet I can get you in if you just help him out. Like this is gonna really do him a solid, and I can help get you through because you helped out the messenger.
Like, oh well.
Uh-huh.
Well, if that's the way that it is, okay. Yeah, I can absolutely help you out. A party sounds great. A real grown-up party.
Uh-huh. Real grown-up party, and there's gonna be like lots of people to impress there too.
Oh wow, we could get in with the long tooth. That'd be so good for my career.
Uh-huh. See, being little, like you hear things when you're low to the ground. It's helpful sometimes.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Okay, well, so what was it you wanted to know?
Oh, I think we just gotta roll them out front. They're waiting outside.
Well, I guess I wish they told us about that in advance, but you know, with the wall getting exploded and stuff, it makes sense that we didn't hear about that.
I know,
so-
and they like never think about the little people sometimes, do they?
They really don't. It's so rude.
Right?
So
just
they
sit-
start
sit in
rolling
their
the
desks,
barrels.
And yeah, I keep talking about them, and I'm gonna convince them to unionize by the end of this.
Yes, good.
I turn to Neff and I'm like, "You're doing great. I'm gonna go find the others, and we'll meet back where you're dropping off the barrels."
Yeah, like as she turns to say, she like slumps back a bit and is like, "Okay, thanks, bye." And turns back.
You can have Flask as moral support. I get Neff Flask and slither off.
As a flask just like flops on your shoulder.
I appreciate them being there.
So Volo, you start tracking down Hoshi, who went to where the barrels were supposed to be directed. And you notice some of these winged drakes being directed by long-toothed dragons to use their newly sprouted, fully functional wings to fly these barrels up and dump them into clockwork machines that press these berries and infuse them down to their very energizing essence. And then they get squeezed out into extremely, extremely diluted soda. So they get mashed together that it's like basically like 1 or 2 berries per bottle. So the energy drinks, you know, smell like a fizzberry almost.
It's the LaCroix of fizzberries.
Yeah.
I think Volo just like, when no one's looking, takes like a dab of it and just licks and goes, doesn't taste like anything. And goes to find Hoshi. Do I roll to find Hoshi, or do I see them?
I will say, yeah, you can roll me something. Give me either act despite danger, or you could survey an ancient or arcane area.
Okay, I'll do act despite danger. Okay, that's a lot better actually. 12.
Yeah, you can absolutely find Hoshi. These young dragon workers pay you absolutely no mind. They're just like, yes, part of the tour.
Yeah. I go to Hoshi. What is Hoshi doing?
Hoshi has found like every set of machines should have like typically has an instruction manual nearby in case it breaks or in whatever. So Hoshi has found the instruction manual. There's a lot of words Dre don't know, but like they understand the pictures of, okay, this machine goes to this machine and this machine goes to this machine. So if I break something here,
Hoshi,
that stops it all the
Hoshi.
way over there. Oh yeah, follow, yeah.
Wait, what are you looking at?
Oh, it's the instruction manual for how all the machines work and hooked up together.
Oh, I tried some of the soda they're talking about. It tastes awful.
I mean, it smells like fizzberries in here. But
It doesn't taste like it. No, it doesn't.
That's
And they're-
disappointing.
Yeah, and they're using all the fizzberries to make these. That's not right.
No.
Can we break this machine?
Well, that's why I was looking at the instruction manual to see how it works.
Ooh,
Because once you know how something works, it's easy to break. Don't tell us, Asriel.
okay. I am pretty nimble. Just tell me where to break it, and I can break it.
Well, so over here at the front, if you stop it there, then everything else has to stop as well because it goes from one place to the next. So I think if you just shove this, hand them the instruction manual into the gears, it should stop it from doing the pressing.
Okay. Let's do it. Working together, throw the manual into the machine. How do we like mechanically do that?
Yeah.
Despite danger?
You could do that, but also you're not tall enough to get up to the machine.
Oh,
So
Oh,
you
right.
could,
We can't fly yet.
you can't fly
oh,
yet.
right.
So you could act despite danger to climb up to the machine, or you could use some moon magic to work your way up there. I'm so sorry about the light on my face. It's that time of day.
Oh, she.
Do some moon magic or some shadow magic, whatever you prefer.
I'm a little scared of using magic because of what happened earlier. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to.
I can try. I can definitely try using magic. Can you help?
Yeah. And I guess like I'll use like one of my gems to help Hoshi out if needed.
Okay, so you just want to give Hoshi a gem before Hoshi returns gems? Because that would be a way to help, because otherwise you can't roll to help with moon magic.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll give
Okay.
Hoshi a gem.
Because
And I
Hoshi
guess
is
I'll-
embodying discretion.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hoshi, pick how many gems you want to return and to call upon your magic, unless you are using shadow magic.
No, let's go with moon. I think I'm going to return 2.
Okay. So then you'll get a +2 to your roll.
Oh, wow. Let's see. 11 on the dice plus 2, 13.
All right. So you get both. The magic is exceptionally powerful and remains within your control. So what does your magic look like?
You see kind of like a very pale, like slightly rainbow iridescent kind of just shimmer all across Hoshi. It's like from snout all the way down to the tail. And then just kind of like takes the instruction manual and kind of Jedi hand trick, just kind of lifts it up and just sticks it right in between 2 big gears.
I love that. And the gears make this and this machine is disabled.
I high five Hoshi. Like that was amazing.
And Hoshi, you still have some like glowing from the moons around you. It's like you could reach anything if you wanted to.
Is there one of the big barrels of fizzberries nearby?
There sure is.
I'm gonna hop on it.
You're gonna hop on it? Okay.
I want to do kind of the circus roll with it. I can't push this thing.
I love that.
I still have power, so like let's make this thing move, and I'm just gonna scramble, scramble, scramble.
I love that. So with the moon magic, I'll say it like engulfs the barrel, and you start spinning, floating, maneuvering your way towards Neff. Azrael.
Yes.
You have been going towards this massive dragon made of clouds. They have a giant golden cloud monocle and feathers, curling horns, and lightning scales.
Ooh.
Dre can't see, but as you approach, lightning ripples through Drer body, and Drer tail swishes mightily, and Dre turn their head towards you, and these shining lightning teeth are revealed. I hear you, little Drake. What brings a wormling to my future paradise?
You're so cool looking. Can I sample you?
You would dare touch me? You can roll convince a dragon for me. Or stand up to a dragon. So you can either roll courage or charm.
What are they?
Courage is you or standing up, you want them to acknowledge your worth and address your concerns.
Yeah, I think that acknowledge
okay.
my worth, like that's a 9 plus 1 is a 10. So
Okay.
so I think it's like, well, yeah, how else am I going to create great things when you don't need your old skill? You do get old skills, don't you? You don't need your old skills. I'll just like, brush them off and collect them and create something really awesome. Because that's what I do. Because I'm from the I'm from the House of Ruby after all.
All right. Pick between you delight them, they give you a useful item or fancy gift. You impress them, they offer you a favor or accommodation, or you intrigue them and they tell you something useful and interesting.
All of them sound good. I think intrigue maybe.
Okay, so they won't give you a scale for that. If you're asking like for a scale specifically, you might want the useful item or fancy gift or a favor.
Okay, then yeah. They're all good. Yeah, I think like because baby dragons, like yeah, scale is the more important.
Okay. So Kelladros, you see those teeth just crack into a grin that's almost a grimace. It's kind of a scary smile because you're about as big as one of those teeth. And Dre say, so you have an ambitious heart, a creator's heart.
Yes.
You can see the beauty in my trains, in my factory,
Trains are fun. Yes.
in my berryless future.
They don't say anything to that last bit. They're like,
Oh, it would not be berryless. You and I know this, but whoever has the berries has Dragonia in their claw. And as Dre say that, they scratch off 2 of their scales and hold them out in a claw for you.
and I think they like go like stumbling forward and like a whole like like reverence and everything.
They appear like big clouds and just kind of crackling with lightning.
And I think there's a stare like just like mesmerized, like you could see like the reflection in their big golden eyes and everything. And it's like, yes, because fizzberries are delicious. And then just like and then carefully pack them into their saddle pack.
Yes.
Thank you. I really appreciate this. I promise I will create something that will honor invention, to prove to the dragons, our dragon kind, that we need to keep moving forward.
Forward and invest.
They just nod like, sure. Like they think in their head, like, yeah, invest in creating, like not necessarily money.
So, are you getting in on this? Would you be my apprentice? Think of it. Fizzberry drink koozies made by you.
Ooh.
Fizzberry flask branded t-shirts, hats, satchels. You could create to your heart's content. Join me and have all the soda you could wish for.
Is there like something similar? Because I think of since I run a lot of urban shadows, is there something similar to like keep your cool or something like or like temptation, to roll?
So, not really, but you can choose to take a shadow at any point if you want.
Ooh.
You just have to take the action marked with the shadow.
Mm.
So you could do doubt and reject a tradition of Dragonia. And Dragonia is kind of, about like, hey, let's or you could do shame and seek isolation or solitude away from your friends. Dragonia is way more about sharing than it is corporations owned by individuals.
Yeah. I think because again, it's not necessarily about the money or anything. It's about like, yeah, creating, crafting, getting name out there. It's like, yeah, I can prove again because of Kevros being what it is. It's like we can do good. It's a whole belief that like, yeah, join them to make it better kind of like mentality. So I think I'll choose doubt and yeah, and just be like, why is this bad? Like why is the monocle man bad in her vision and Drive's vision of things? This seems because I haven't tasted the soda yet. So this seems good. It's like, I like that. Yeah, I can be an apprentice. I get and bouncing around. I can do good things. I've created many things. There was a singing cloak. I don't know if you heard about the singing cloak earlier. I created that. And then I also made my friend like, a magic mirror so they could see things with, to help with their visions. They haven't used it really, but it doesn't. And then this keeps going on about like different like inventions that haven't been fully perfected, but
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to say that as you are doing this, the rest of your group who is leaving at various times to go to the front with their confiscated Fizzberry barrels passes Azrael, clearly about to enter a deal with this giant cloud dragon. And you hear Kellandros, her voice booming out, going, yes, you don't even need to get 5 friends. You shall be listed as designer in chief. Think of the exposure this can do for a young dragon.
I would be the youngest. Yes, that's so great. And then just bouncing back and forth again.
As I'm like pointing at the older dragons where to put the barrels, I like over here and I'm like, you want to help him eat all the pancakes?
Your name will be on the tongue of every dragon who has ever been to the fall festival.
Israel, you don't need 5 friends. You already have 3 of us.
and Flask.
4.
I run up to where Azrael is with the big dragon, and I'm like, berries are for everyone. I yell to Flask. I have Flask like squirt in his eye again.
Oh,
and I want to use stand up to older dragon for this.
Yes, please.
Roll well, please. That's a 9.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah. Let's see. You get to pick two of the things. So you delight them, they give you a useful item or fancy gift. You impress them, they offer you a favor or accommodation, or you intrigue them and they tell you something useful or interesting. So pick one of those first.
I impress them to get an accommodation from them.
Okay. But what else happens? You either succumb to vanity with, how cool you just were and mark a shadow. You embarrass a friend, probably Asriel, and return a friendship gem to them. Or you overstep social bounds and incur an obligation.
Ooh. I guess I'll succumb to vanity because it's very much like in Volo's wheelhouse, like doing the big damn heroes thing. There's like,
Yeah.
they're like,
okay. So which shadow are you marking?
I'm going to I'm gonna doubt. I'm just gonna question Asriel.
Okay. So which ones have you marked so far?
Fear and doubt.
Fear and doubt. Okay. So you're questioning Asriel.
Like, Asriel, what are you doing? We talked about this.
Everybody questioned Asriel's loyalty today.
I'm so sorry.
Look, I'm just trying to create big explosions.
And so you wanted to get a favor or accommodation. So, and you were trying to impress them by throwing flask on their face. Okay.
Or I mean, it doesn't have to happen. It could just be like just me standing up to them.
Yeah. So Dre, you see Flask's tentacles go kind of through their face for a second, and then Dre sneeze, and Dre look in your direction and go, "Ah, an excellent animal tamer. We could use you in the new paradigm. Taming animals to run the machinery would save costs. Instead of hiring winged drakes, animals work for less than children do. Yes, you may come aboard. We would give you so much payment. In exposure, your name as an animal tamer would be sung throughout Dragonia. Let me do this for you."
Before I say anything to him, I turn to Azrael. I'm like, okay, I see what you mean. This guy is very convincing.
Right? We could be well known. We could bring our houses, more favor and honor. It's not about the money, it's about the recognition.
All the recognition you can fathom.
All I want, I can do this for you. All I ask is that you set aside some berries for the festivals, because you do need them for the festivals. And it wouldn't look good for you because people will get mad if you take all the berries and they don't have anything for their festival. But if you let them have what they need, then you could take the rest.
Child, you do not understand. The destruction of the festival is exactly the first stage of my plan. Well, the second. The third, really. The first was the train. The second was the forest. And then the third is the festival. But when they cannot get their fizzberries, where will they turn? To me, the only provider of fizzberries. The festival cannot take place. Or at least, it must be berryless.
Well, then that's no fun.
Well, it has to be gradual then. Have berries this year, then less berries next year. And then eventually they'll depend on you for the berries.
But
they won't even
that's
realize it.
Were you going to say, Hoshi?
But that's not how fizzberries work. Fizzberries are for everyone.
Berries and pancakes.
Yeah, if you eat too many pancakes with fizzberries, you throw up. We've covered this already.
Exactly. I know. I had too many pancakes and it made me sick to my stomach. It wasn't fun. It's not fun for
Pancakes
everyone.
are immaterial. This.
No, they exist as materials. They're made of flour and egg and milk and sugar.
Pancakes
vanilla.
are very real.
They are very real. and they're delicious.
So how would you like to convince him to give you some berries? Do you want to roll convince an older dragon, convince a dragon stand up to an older dragon, or do you want to astound him with some magic?
I actually kind of want to do. I not just convince him. I think I want to convince the Longtooths and the Winged Drakes.
Okay.
Unionize. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it. Roll. So do you want to do that with magic or convince a dragon?
What is my charm? That's a good question. I think I'm gonna go convince a dragon.
Okay.
Can I help with this?
Yeah, you can.
Since feels like planting the seeds of rebellion within the workers. So
I would
and
also
I
like
got-
to help with this if I can.
and I got 2 gems with Hoshi, so
Okay.
So convince a dragon.
Yeah.
10 to help.
Lovely.
9 on the dice.
Okay, so that brings you up to 10. Oh, and what was your charm?
+1.
Okay, so you had a 10 anyway.
Yeah.
Neff got you to an 11, which you did not need, but this is so powerful. Explain to me how the two of you and the power of your friendship convinces these dragons doing drudgery to unionize and maybe give you the fizzberries.
Hey, Drakes and Longtooth, did you hear what Calendra said? He was gonna take all the fizzberries for himself.
He's not going to leave anything for the rest of you. Anything that he promised you, I don't think you can trust him.
Well, that seems wrong. Yeah, that seems. Fizzberries are for everybody. We're just facilitating the fizzberry movement.
And you've been working so hard.
Don't you like the festivals that you have? Didn't you just hear him say he was going to get rid of them?
Well, I do like the fall festival. The fire festival's better. Yeah, but the fall festival has the berries.
And do you guys even have dental working here?
No, and you know what? My clutch needs dental.
Uh-huh.
Every day I come to work and I hear that Lysanda needs braces.
It's
and that I
really-
wish I had a dental plan.
It's really important for dragons to take care of their teeth. And so
And take care of themselves. How many of you been injured by those machines? I saw the manual. They can take out a wing super easily.
yeah, do you get compensation for your
Yeah, that's the word,
workplace
that's the word.
injuries?
No, he kept saying he gonna pay us an exposure.
What does that
Oh,
pay? What does
no.
that actually give us, though?
Well, my name got written on a plaque that said employee of the hour. And then I got a 5 gold coin card for a breakfast if I go within the hours of 6 and 7 a.m. at the diner that is adjacent to the factory.
But what time do you have to start work?
6:30.
And isn't that diner just owned by the factory? So the money's just never actually leaving the factory?
Well, come to think of it, yeah.
You guys should all quit and work at the festivals.
And
Can you help us bring these fizzberries to the city so we can have our festival?
And you hear a rumble among them. They go, yeah, why, from the mouths of baby raw-scaled drakes themselves. Like, we lost sight of what was good and true, the spirit of friendship, the spirit of festivals. And they
And
start
all the fizzberries.
they start hauling the barrels, rolling the barrels, stripping off their badges and throwing them to the ground. And Kellenbros roars. Goes, where are you going? You still owe me from your packages. You all purchased the Fizzberry Deluxe package. You haven't each gotten 5 friends to get 5 friends.
Your
I
way-
will be reimbursed.
No, I think your way sucks. Because you and me, we're from the same house. And there's a million ways to do things. And I think we just proved that your way is actually not one of them.
Huh. There is always another path.
But maybe no one's gonna help you next time, and maybe you should stop being mean. Have you ever tried not being mean?
There is always another path.
Do you want to come to a festival? And I'll put a little claw out for him.
Would it be worth my while? What
I'm-
income is there to be made?
Friendship.
Yeah.
You can never have enough friendship. You can have a horde of friends. You can, if you make friends with everybody and then they know you and they like you, and then you can convince them to take your half-made inventions, as gifts, and yeah.
And there's
Not too real.
bobbing for apples, so you can get an apple, or there's a lot of games, and if your aim is really good and you throw a ball really well, you can win a little plushie. You can win a little raccoon ostrich plushie. Those are real popular.
And when was the last time you actually got to go and enjoy a festival?
Yeah. You'll have a horde of memories. And even if you can't see, you can still see your memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mom and dad said that you can't work all the time. I mean, I would be in my lab all the time, but I've learned to not be in my lab all the time and have fun. And that's why I made friends with everybody here. I mean, recognition is good, but if you don't have friends, then what's the point?
Yeah, are you even
It's
having
nice to have
fun?
friends hyping you up and telling you that your things are cool.
Yeah, and high five Hoshi.
What good is a horde if no one can see it?
So a horde of friends. A horde of
And unions.
recognition. You will be the beginning of my friendship horde. Let us go.
Okay, and I start rolling out the barrels. This seems great.
And Dre began flying immediately towards the train. And go, cling to me. We will fly first class in the upper deck of the train.
Oh, okay.
Fancy.
And as the berries are delivered, you are all brought back and hailed as heroes, not for bringing the fizzberries, because that was expected, but for returning Kalendros the Lost, the cloud sculptor, to Dragonia. No one had seen Drem for centuries. They were thought to have been lost among the mountains. And now random magic has been donated. So I would like each of you to describe a magical effect that takes place at the festival.
I think some of the magic Volo sees is that there's enough prizes for everybody, so everyone gets really nice prizes at the festival. And everyone always is the game. Everyone's winning the games. You see everyone with the giant plushes and everything.
All right. What
Okay.
else?
The magic of such good, the ones that hate pancakes, it's the magic of discovering crepes. And that's what they like.
Yeah.
I think Neff's little magic effect is because a lot of her magic is about discovering secrets, and sometimes those are very negative. I think actually everybody gets a little flash of a secret that maybe they don't understand about themselves, and they see a little positive in themselves, and they get a little flash of a memory of something good that they bring to the world.
I love that. Hoshi, what about you?
I think when the Fizzberry Fountain happens, it just kind of covers everything with just this like hint of iridescent, and that just it it, it just fills everyone with just this wonderful feeling. So if you were feeling good already at this festival, it just amps it up, just turns up that dial a little bit more.
You spiked the Fizzberry Fountain.
And the light of the spirit moon shines down over, like putting the fizzberries into overdrive on growth. And wherever the fizzberry fountain splashes, fizzberry vines start growing. Because, as you said, fizzberries are for everyone and they cannot be controlled. And you bounce up on that fountain, and for the first time, you get a little taste of what it feels like to fly. And that was Epyllion. Thank you so much, chat. First, let's find out where you can see all of these wonderful people in the real life. So let's go backwards this time. Volo, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm D, they, them. You can find me at D Major Queer, DI Major Queer on all platforms. I stream semi-regularly on Twitch if you want to hang out. And yeah.
Asriel, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hola, I go by Diana Moon online. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Diana Moon, or on Twitch and YouTube as XDianaMoonX, or on every Sunday, except not this Sunday, on I Need Diverse Games, twitch.tv/INDG, where I'm part of Reclaimers, which is an all POC role-playing group where we are currently, what are we doing? Kids with Brooms, that's what we're doing. But yeah, and I do consultation work and writing for both video games and RPGs, and yeah, this was really fun. I really enjoyed this.
Neff, who are you? Where can we find you?
I am Arkady, and you can find me usually hanging out on my Twitter for as long as Twitter isn't going to be a thing, as Arkady Koshka. You can find me most places online as Arkady Koshka. You can also find me playing more tabletop games over on Mercenaries of Mischief, where I'm a regular cast member. I play D&D on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday is a northern exploration game, and Wednesdays are kind of a spooky game. And also 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be DMing for the first time over on Marks of Mischief. We do one shots called Table Flip, where you take a totally new DM who has never DM'd before, and you make them DM live on a stream to a table full of veteran DMs. So I'm going to be DMing for the first time for a whole bunch of my veteran DM friends and let them play at my table. And I'm very nervous and very excited. So you can find me there on the 21st over on Mercs of Mischief.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
It's going to be so much fun. And I'm very, very nervous, though. It's basically to be like the scariest way you could ever start DMing, to show that it's like, it will be okay.
And Hoshi, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Akemi. You can find me almost anywhere on the internet where I exist at Ninja Penguin AM. You can also find me here Monday nights on Mine and the Martyr. I play a magical hot boy warlock, or magical girl hot boy warlock. There we go. That's the correct phrasing on that. And every other Wednesday over at Neon Lights Roleplay, I get to play a mech pilot who absolutely loves explosions. I also make games. I play games. I do stuff. You can find my games over at Ninja Penguin AM at itch.io. I think that's me.
All right. And I am Jess. You can find me on Twitter at Miss_Jess03. You can find me on Twitch at Angry Nerd Girl. And you can find me on Twitch tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern on Phoenix Iwaki's channel, where I am playing a short, fat, little Tabaxi Druid School dropout who is just trying their darndest to be the best necromancer bard the world ever saw. And thank you so much to Friends Who Rolled Dice, to Josh, our wonderful producer for this, to Ashley for creating stream assets, and thank you, chat, for donating to Extra Life. The stream is going to keep running. You can keep donating. We are, as I said, donating for Extra Life, for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, today specifically for the Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. And thank you so much for joining us. There is going to be another game coming up in an hour called Heartbeats, facilitated by Nala Wu. And that's going to be a freaking blast. So come back for that. But for now, have a wonderful hour. Bye.
Bye.